Fact 1. Bundy's notorious 1968 Volkswagen Beetle is available for true crime enthusiasts to see for themselves at the Alcatraz East Crime Museum in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's part of a new exhibit that opened on the 30th anniversary of his execution this past January. Oddly enough, the car became just as infamous as him in the years that followed his convictions, linking him to important forensic evidence. Items in the exhibit include letters between Bundy and his wife and defense attorney during the trial, as well as photos, cards, and a radio given to him by his mother. Fact 2. Bundy volunteered at a suicide prevention hotline as an extracurricular activity during his college years. What's even more spellbinding is that many of Ted's colleagues would go on to say he was actually good at his job. Fact 3. At the time of his birth, Lloyd Marshall, an Air Force veteran and salesman, was Bundy's assigned father. However, his mother would later claim that his father was actually a sailor by the name of Jack Worthington, despite further inquiries on the matter finding no record of anyone by that name in the Marine archives. Those inquiries were hardly relegated to the authorities, either. His own family even speculated that his mother's abusive father, Sam Cowell, may have been his true paternal father. Cowell was a church deacon with a known temper, who may have even introduced Ted to violent pornography as a young child, all of which may have influenced his heinous crimes later on in life. Fact 4. Although he studied law, Bundy did not become a licensed lawyer. Despite this, he still chose to represent himself during his trials. Bundy believed that his lawyers were unfit to do the job, as they were already convinced that he was guilty. He seemed to enjoy all the publicity and the role that it brought. It even gave him the thrill that he was fighting for his life in a trial for the death sentence. Fact 5. In 1974, multiple dead bodies turned up in the Seattle area. During that time, authorities made no connection between the strange disappearances and murders. However, it changed when witnesses described a man in a cast that they frequently saw at Lake Sammamish Park. They observed the man ask random women for help with his car. The pattern became too glaring when witnesses started sharing the same details over and over again. Fact 6. In one of his trials, Bundy admitted to photographing the corpses of his victims. More disturbingly, he decapitated 12 of his victims' heads and kept them as souvenirs, as reminders of his hard work. Fact 7. On February 9, 1978, Bundy kidnapped and murdered 12-year-old high school student Kimberly Leach. According to witnesses, Bundy led the girl toward his vehicle. Upon investigation, authorities recovered the girl's blood, clothing, and skin fiber from his van. This grisly murder eventually earned him the electric chair. Fact 8. While he admitted to killing 30 women, reports showed that he might have killed at least 90 to 100 women through these years. Throughout his trials, Bundy always hinted stories of the women that he killed, but never elaborated on the details. To this day, authorities still haven't identified these unknown victims. Fact 9. Bundy claimed to revisit the places where he kept victims' bodies. Upon revisiting them, Bundy would groom the bodies, then perform sexual acts with the dead women. He would only stop when the decomposing corpses have already been ravaged by wild animals. Fact 10. Many of those who knew him described Bundy as a handsome and charismatic gentleman. He used these traits to win his victims' trust and to eventually exploit them.